I know. I'm hopeless. Possibly the worst content creator in the history of the planet. But I'm here. So welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Laura and I predominantly post on Instagram, but one of my New Year's resolutions was definitely to start filming more. I know, I swear to God, if you look back on every single one of my videos in the intros or the outros, I'm always like, I'm gonna film more and then I never do. So I'm holding myself to it and I'm going to try really hard to get a YouTube video up at least once or twice a week. We'll see how we go. I'm going to basically be showing you guys how I usually do my everyday makeup look. I'm a massive fan of super glowy, dewy, sweaty skin, so I'm going to be bringing that to you guys. And I've been starting a new brow technique which I'm absolutely obsessed with, so I'm going to be showing you guys how I do that as well. So at the moment I've been really loving doing my skin first before my eyes, which is so crazy because I'm a massive advocate for eyes first, skin later. So for my base I have actually started using the Tatcha water cream. It smells so good. I can't put my finger on what that scent is. About this as well is because I've got such sensitive skin, like with my eczema, it doesn't burn, and I've been using it every single day, like before doing my makeup, and I've also been using it at night time as well. So because I've got eczema, I use this. It looks so rank, sorry, but I use this it's like an, what is it called, epiderm cream. Basically, if you guys are parents, it basically smells like Sudocrem. It's rank. It's so hydrating. So I've been using that, and then also the Tatcha water cream, and there's such a dramatic difference in my skin. Our next step is going to be our foundation. I think I found my new holy grail. It is the Too Faced Dew You foundation. It's full coverage, but I'm a full coverage kind of girl, and I'm gonna jot this down as a medium, but it is definitely buildable. With the foundation, I'm also going to take a pump of the Bobbi Brown All Over Glow. Actually, take a pump of the glow, a pump of the foundation, the Dew You foundation. Oh yeah, mixing that together. And I'm going to just pop this all over my face using the Sigma round kabuki brush. These two products together just gives you the most beautiful glowy finish. Now I love this foundation. I've definitely fallen in love with it, but I've got to say my only issue would be the smell. I mean, okay, that was dramatic. The smell is not that, it's not bad, it's just intense. So if you're not a fan of smelly foundations, I don't know. I don't know, because I just think the finish overrules. The scent does fade. It fades down basically as soon as you've got it on your face, like as soon as it's dried. Oh, I just love it so much. Like, can you see that glowiness? This Bobbi Brown All Over Glow just mixed with this foundation is just incredible. You could definitely use the products separately. Like, I also really like using the All Over Glow like as a primer as well under my foundation, and it's also quite nice to use like as a liquid highlighter too. Now for my under eye concealer, I'm going to be taking the Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer in the shade Cotton Candy. Put this under my eyes. This concealer is definitely a high coverage. You do not need a lot. Like this, oh, it's pretty hard to say. This is how much is on my brush. It definitely goes a long way. So I'm also just going to pop that on my chin and nose and forehead area. Again, with the concealer, I think it's the same with like all Huda products. They just have this intense, crazy smell. I definitely am loving this concealer though, it's so nice. Like compare it to the MAC Pro Longwear concealer in terms of like coverage. It's not as drying as the Pro Longwear. I'm also just going to take that up on my eyelids as well. Really making sure that everything is blended together seamlessly. I'm going to set the under eye concealer with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder and also my eyelid area. Taking the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Fairlight, using the Morphe M500 brush, I'm basically going to take a really small amount of powder and just dust it over my forehead area. Basically anywhere that I crease, I'm going to dust this powder because I still want to have that nice glowy look to the foundation, but I also don't want to be a creasy mess. Also with this powder, I'm going to wipe away the bake as well, just because I don't want anything too intense and bright under my eyes. So now to add a little bit of bronze to the skin, I'm going to take the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I'll be using the Morphe M527 for that. I'm going to hit this bronzer on the tops of my forehead. We love a bronzer helmet. I'm also going to sweep this bronzer on my cheeks. I love this brush, it just applies it so effortlessly. For blush, I'm going to take the Morphe Blush Trio. I'm going to take a tiny little bit of the shade Provocative in the middle here. These blushes are so pigmented, so you literally need the smallest amount. See? Oops. And I'm going to pop that on the apples of my cheeks and then just brush it backwards. So just going to run a little bit over my forehead and my nose just to tie everything in together. For my highlight, I've actually recently just dug out my really beaten up Tarte Pro Glow palette. It looks filthy. I forgot how much I love this thing. Basically, I'm going to be mixing Lit and Stunner. So for my highlight, I'm just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush. So nice. So nice. The reason I mix the gold shade with the cooler tone is because Stunner can be a little bit ashy, especially because I do have a more yellow undertone in my skin. It is better to use a golden highlight. So I'm just gonna pop that essentially everywhere. We want to be glowing to the gods. Oh my god, it's so nice. Next we'll move on to eyebrows. So I'll just zoom you in a tiny little bit. So I'll be taking my favourite eyebrow product, the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Up. So totally up. And just taking the pencil side of that product, and I'm first going to draw a line all the way, basically just tracing the bottom line of my brow. I've got that line traced down. I'm then going to start doing little flicky motions with my pencil, really light-handedly as well. All the way to the tail of the brow, just really light flicking motions. Seeing that? We are not defining the top of the brow at all. We are not laying our pencil down and like tracing the top line as we did the bottom line. We are purely just flicking the product through. So once the product is all flicked through the eyebrows, I'll then be taking the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Essentially, I will just be brushing all of the hairs in an upward motion. So it's not a neat brow, it's a really like untamed brow. But I'm just obsessed. I love it so much. Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's a bit crazy? Do you prefer a neater eyebrow, or you kind of digging the Wolverine hairy vibes? Once we've got our 24-hour brow setter in place, I'm going to take the Gimme Brow Plus in the shade 4. So the reason, I'm going a bit orange. So the reason that I do the brow setter before the Gimme Brow Plus is because it really just sets the brows nicely in place, and it means that the Gimme Brow has something really great to cling on to. This especially will work wonders if you've got really fine eyebrows. You do want to be really light-handed with this step as well, just because it is such a pigmented product. Do you see that? Oh my god. I just think it looks so good. What do you guys think? Moving on to our eyeshadow. This is basically going to be the most simple eyeshadow look ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my Hoola bronzer, taking a Morphe M504 brush. So back into my Hoola bronzer and just popping it above and inside the crease. A really light hand for this as well. We're basically just defining that eye contour. We don't want anything too crazy. How soft that is. Whenever you're going for like a day-to-day makeup look, it definitely is always a really nice idea to use your bronzer and your blush in your eyes. It just really ties a natural look together. On that, on my lower lid, just from outer to inner corner. So for our lid space, I'm going to use again the same highlighter that I used on my cheek. We'll be taking just a flat brush. So this one is the Anastasia A3 brush. I'm just taking the golden highlighter that we used. I'm just going to pop that in the center of the lid where it'll be most concentrated. And then just blend out those edges. I'm going to take those highlighting shades and just go underneath the brow. I'll also take them into the inner corner as well. I'm just going to pop on my favourite mascara, which is the Benefit Bad Gal Lash. Just applying that to top and bottom lashes. I love this mascara. So I just went off camera and popped some eyelashes on. You totally don't have to rock this look with the lashes. I just felt like putting some on. This style is a Laura Lash style, so they're currently not being sold at the moment. You guys can let me know in the comments if you want me to bring back Laura Lash so that you can purchase these eyelashes. These eyelashes are actually they are synthetic lashes, so these ones are not mink. Let's move on to our lip colour. So first up, I'm going to line my lips with MAC Spice Liner. You guys are so far away. Hang on. So once we are lined and primed, I'm then going to take the brand new Bobbi Brown Crust Liquid Lip, and this one is in the shade Juicy Date. I haven't actually tried this before. Ooh. Oh wow, it's pigmented. Soft. With just one dunk of the lip colour. I'm just going to go in one more time. I think I'm obsessed. Oh my god. I love it. Is the end of my everyday glowy skin makeup look. Super simple, super easy, and really good if you are short for time as well, since we used a lot of the same products that were on our face for our eyeshadow. Always please leave any comments that you have down below on what kind of content you want me to produce for you within the next coming weeks. I'm definitely going to make more of an effort to film more YouTube videos for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, this makeup look, and learned something new from it. As always, you guys can follow me on Instagram, which is at LauraSharpMUA. I will leave all the products that I use and everything down in the description bar, as well as where to find me on my other social media platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you not in a year's time, and hopefully in my next video.